Hello and welcome to GT Play. We're back in F1 22 campaign, and I have another graph for you. Not too much has changed since the last campaign. As you can see, we're still just ahead of Williams' overall performance. But we are going to be racing in Monaco today, and as you can hear in the background, I've just kind of left the audio of me doing some practice so that it's not too boring while I go over the graphs. As you can see, GT Hui is catching up aerodynamically. We are improving, and hopefully we'll catch up to Alfa Romeo. It's been tough developing because you have to develop components and departments to develop components. The GT Hui, as you can hear a crash happen in the background, the GT Hui endurance component, not really endurance, but life is probably the best out of all. As we move into qualifying, not too bad there. We're moving somehow between that shadow of Sainz, or Russell at this point, and me is 21 other cars, 22 including my teammate. In there we start to gain positions under braking, which is pretty nice. The brake pedal, even though not a load cell in the Logitech G29, is pretty nice to use, especially compared to controller. Way more precise it feels. Here we are not confident on the throttle. I've had a few too many incidents where the car has just spun around and hit the wall, so I've always been a little bit too careful there. Here, also had some incidents just losing my wing, so probably not carrying enough speed to really challenge for a podium position here as well. Really not a fan of the slow corner. I've hit the inside wall there a few too many times. But overall, look at that. A 9th place starting position. Not bad at all. We need to make sure we stay ahead of Yuki Tsunoda to get our nearly 200 grand, so that we can keep trying to develop our cars. And we're at the race start. Are you guys ready? Because I am. This is going to be a fairly defensive race. We're going to need to make up a lot of positions. As you can see on the left side, Tsunoda dives, but we dive harder. We take on Perez. Perez falls just half a second behind, and here we're trying to see if we can keep up with the train ahead. The nice thing about this train is they all brake around the same time, so you can kind of do a neat little lunge just like that, and the AI just let you through. Look at that, another little lunge. Yeah, just let you through. And we're right up into 4th. We've got a nice buffer from 4th all the way down, I think, into 7th to Tsunoda. It is actually really hard for me to just race here. This race in qualifying session and practice took me an hour. I know you guys see 10 minutes. But this is the race that I finished. This is the timeline in which I won. We made it. And damn, was it tough to get there. As you can see, look at that. That had to happen. Out of all the thousands of possibilities, if I had practiced more, maybe it wouldn't have had to happen. But in this timeline of the F1 GT Hui Academy, Drivers Academy, we do goof there, and that is just how things are. This is the race that we actually finish. Most of the other ones end up with a wheel or without a wing, and that ends up being curtains for the whole company. Everything, all of GT Hui's, like, all their mojo, all their spunk is being tied up in this race. We have to finish ahead of Sonoda. We need development money. And that 200 grand from whatever that sponsor is, I think they make chocolate or something. Anyway, speaking of sponsors that make chocolate, I think McLaren's sponsors make chocolate. And speaking of McLaren, look at that, we're right behind Norris. If we can stay within Norris's slipstream, or within 1 second of Norris, oh, another mistake there. That corner has really been a problem on my side. And we had a purple sector as well, really goofing it there. We have to get this set of corners right. We brush up right against the wall. Wheel scraping it. Perez knows that we are weak. He can feel it in his car. His car is just lurching forward on us. 3/10. We fight back some time. We go in extremely deep into that corner. Perez, seeing us go deep, is still on our tail. But in this slow series of corners, we end up pulling away. As you can see, Perez, well, not completely. Oh, there it is. We're past the second. If we can maintain a larger than a second lead and not screw anything up past here, then we can walk away and hopefully just leave Perez and Sonoda to it. Ooh. The first bit of damage, and the MG UK is starting to wear away. We're going to need that to fight Sonoda and Perez. We take this corner tight, but not too tight, and we don't end up bouncing off of it like last time. Perez, 2/10 away. He will get a good launch. Apparently, we also got a good launch because he stays within 3/10. Probably doesn't get DRS there. We have a slow start up into this curvy straight. Braking at the right point. Everything's flowing pretty nicely together. Perez still catching a little bit. You can see the arrows getting bolder behind us as the cars are fighting to take 6th place. We're in a battle, in a trade, like fighting. So many cars, I think from here to 20th, are all probably within 4 seconds. There isn't too much of a gap, and the leaders have completely pulled away as we're conducting an incredibly defensive race, trying to keep Perez at arm's length. He is there 1/10, 2/10 behind. We're keeping it very careful through here. We've gotten to lap 4 in many of those other attempts and completely goofed it. We're on the final lap, or just about to be. We're engaging ERS at the cost of ERS battery life. The braking a little deep, but not too bad. Perez, though, takes advantage of the slow acceleration from our deep braking. It completely pulls away. So now we have Russell right behind us, saving us from the fate of losing that 200 grand that is going to keep GT Hui afloat, keep us developing, and possibly get us ahead of Aston Martin Racing. So we're keeping right behind Perez. It looks like he's going to pull a little bit on us right here. Our engineer telling us we can't use too much ERS, but at the same time we need to. We can't afford losing positions to Sonoda. We need to keep him at bay. George Russell looks for the move. It was a little bit of a clumsy attempt on our part to try and go around the outside, take it 2 at a time. Honestly, though, usually in the case of real racing, it's on the attacker or the guy going for the move to make it safe. But we're taking it home. Look at that. We bring it in 7th. Oh my goodness. You can't imagine the relief actually making it. So many other practice races, so many crashes, the pain. And we did it. We earned some bank for the team. means more development for our facilities. Hopefully more development points. Maybe concurrent developments can happen, and we can possibly boost our engine performance even further. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. Oh, there it is. Beating Sonoda. Fastest lap. Wow, he got fastest lap. Look at that. Nearly beat him as a rival. And the team. Yep, there it is. Yuto free. Well, thank you for watching, and see you next time.